What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. My name is hughwizzy and you're watching 90 More, back again with breaking news for LS. Leicester City 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. Brighton moving 6 points clear of the relegation zone with 7 games to go. And they will rue the biggest chance of the game, which is a massive miss by Neal Maupay. A penalty saved by Kaspar Schmeichel down to his right. Not the greatest penalty, but probably the best chance of the game. And a draw which sees Leicester City moving 4 points clear of Chelsea in 4th, looking for that Champions League qualification spot. And Brighton moving 6 points clear of the relegation zone with 7 games to go. Very, very big point for both sides. Who was I more impressed with? Probably Brighton. Potter's men are defensively very sound. They play well on the break. They've got 4 points from 2 very big games against 2 much bigger sides. And yeah, they should be happy with that. He's definitely making steady progress there. On the flip side of that, with Leicester City and Brendan Rodgers, I do question sometimes his management skills. He's clearly a very good coach, there's no denying that. The style of football they play is beautiful, everyone's been admiring it for quite some time. Their midfield is sensational. On paper, it's a very balanced side, but they have been quite poor for some time. And they are in danger of slipping out of those automatic Champions League qualification spots if they're not careful. And I think that's what today was about. It was about getting that point and securing as many points as they can in the short space of time that we've got left is the focus. I think that pretty football is going to go out the window. They're going to be happy to grind out results, and if they can get a win, they can, but quite disappointing in terms of what we've seen from Leicester City so far. 2 games where I've been left kind of underwhelmed. I don't know if I'm expecting too much, especially as these guys are just coming back from such a long period of time out, but it's a huge point in terms of their aspirations of securing that spot, and that's what it's going to be all about, isn't it? It's money, it's the potential of building the club to be an elite club consistently. They've done it once already, haven't they, with Champions League football? So can they go further this time? Let's talk about the sides. I think my issue with Leicester City and Brendan Rodgers today was that he was too defensive. It was almost a throwback to what they've tried to escape from, or I thought they've tried to escape from. It was Claude Puel-esque. Mendy brought in to double up with Ndidi, and yeah, I just think it takes a little bit away, especially when at home, and that they looked a little bit more balanced when Tielemans came on and Harvey Barnes as well on the left hand side. For Brighton, they do battle well. They've got a fantastic Australian, Maupay, whose touch is absolutely first class. Good vision, and Connolly was just getting in behind consistently, wasn't he, and causing loads of problems for the youngster. Is it Justin James? Or James Justin? I can't actually remember what his name is. He really did struggle at times, though. He is young and he looks like he's going to be quality, but I guess time will tell. And he was put under pressure today and nearly paid the price. However, they do escape with a point, and yeah, I escaped with my sanity, I guess, just about, because it was quite dull at times, wasn't it? Very slow. I guess fitness really is an issue, and it's going to take some time until the Premier League in general is back to full pace and, you know, goals galore or people risking everything. I think there's going to be a little bit of that lack of an adrenaline rush as well from there not being fans there. I think that's what keeps people going or gives people a second wind a lot of the time. Being spurred on or booed or whatnot, it gives a reaction or forces a reaction, and without that there, you can hear people shouting in the background, or coaches or players shouting instructions, but it's not quite the same, and you do wonder how up for it they really are. Big fixtures for both sides coming up next. Brighton have got Manchester United and Leicester have got Chelsea, which is, I guess, a 6-pointer, as they call it, isn't it? It's like that Champions League qualification final. Beautiful scenes. Hopefully it's going to be dramatic. Hopefully there will be goals, and both defences will be stretched, because that certainly wasn't the case today, and I think you've got to give Potter and Brighton credit for that. They are quite solid. Bissouma in the middle, I'm a big fan of now. He makes himself a real nuisance, very difficult to deal with, and then he frees up others around him. And when you're bringing the likes of Trossard off of the bench, it is, you know, it's showing real signs of progress for the club as a whole. Some really smart signings, underrated players who possibly would have gone under the radar, or we might not have been taking as seriously had they not been given the opportunity. And I guess Lamptey, is it Lamptey? Is that his name? I think it's Lamptey. Hold on. Let me just check. What's this guy's name? The right back. Was it Chelsea? Youngster. Yeah, Tariq Lamptey. Sensational bit of business. That is real Moneyball vision. And taking a risk on a youngster who's determined to play, has showed promise throughout his, you know, youth career at a top club with, you know, the competition he's going to have at Chelsea Youth is unbelievable. To rise through the ranks there, look impressive in the Premier League when he did play for Chelsea, or was it in the Cup? I can't remember. I think I saw him play a couple of times in the Premier League, brief appearances, once in a very big game I seem to remember as well. And he shone through, and if you're not going to give players the opportunity, or if you have experienced internationals, the likes of, you know, Cesar Azpilicueta, or, you know, they've Reece James coming through, then it is probably a sensible idea for players to take a risk on themselves. If you believe in yourself that much and you're being given an opportunity by a manager with a plan, like Potter is, and you know, that's, I think, exactly what's happened with Lamptey, then go for it. And this one looks like it's working so far, because I'm not joking, he looks absolutely quality. He's very quick, but he's also very intelligent. You can see that his positioning is one step ahead of the game. He's beyond his years, maturity beyond his years, and he was a real problem today. He can bomb up and down the wing, he can find a pass, seems to be smart enough to give it before he's lost it, having done all the hard work, which is a lot of what youngsters have a problem with, that final decision making being the difference. We're seeing the likes of Adama Traore only just really clicking. Obviously the talent's been there, the ability is unquestionable, his physicality alone is unquestionable, but that decision making is often the difference at the elite level between being an anybody or just another number and being elite. And I'm not saying that Lamptey is elite, but he was certainly one of the best players on the pitch today, and for that much, as a youngster, I think he's still a teenager, should be proud. So for Brighton, that was a big point. I think a better point for Brighton, considering the fact that they just got 3 points against Arsenal as well. It is very unfortunate that Maupay missed the penalty. Huge chance. 6 points from those two games would have been absolutely incredible and would have put them 8 points clear of the relegation zone. And we all know how important it is that clubs do fight through this survival mode. This is squeaky bum time for a lot of those clubs down there, because careers will be destroyed, made and destroyed by the next few weeks. Make no mistake about it. You are watching Premier League players play now who in 2 years will be in the first, second division. That is the God's honest truth. That's how it works. It's a cutthroat business, and some players will have their mind fully focused on achieving, you know, great things. Some will be distracted by what's been going on, and that is understandable, but it's just how it's going to be, I guess. We've got more Premier League football coming up in Tottenham against West Ham. London derby, très intéressant. West Ham, I don't trust them defensively. I'm not a massive fan of David Moyes. Even though he's got some talented individuals on his side, it is going to be interesting to see how this one turns out, because in derby sometimes the script is flipped, but I am expecting Jose to get some points finally. Or actually a win, not some points, because they picked up a point, didn't they, in the last game. However, we shall see. Hopefully it's a little bit more interesting than this one, or a little bit more exciting. I'd like a couple of swashbuckling efforts from long range if possible, mate. Yeah, Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the videos. If you are, make sure you subscribe if you're new. And drop the video a damn like if you breathe oxygen. But for now, my name is hughwizzy and this has been a lot of fun. Peace.